Hey guys, All in Crypto here, and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, for another YouTube video. I hope you've all had a great week so far. Today we're going to be continuing with our CNFT videos. We are going to do a CNFT video. We're going to try at least cover a CNFT project once a day within this month to really kind of boost awareness for Cardano NFTs. Today we're going to be looking at SpaceBudz, one of the real OGs. This project has a very interesting start to it, an amazing founder, and lots of interesting things associated with it. So we're going to be getting into it in this video, going over a number of things, a number of really interesting things, talking about the pink dinosaur. So we're going to start with what SpaceBudz is, and then we're going to go over a number of, or review a number of dogma surrounding it. So SpaceBudz, what is SpaceBudz? SpaceBudz is an NFT platform on the Cardano blockchain comprised, I should say, not compromised, of 10,000 unique and just downright adorable NFTs. Each astronaut is completely unique and only owned by you. Take your pick from crazy cats, lovable lizards, tigers, parrots, frogs, you name it. Cute animations never seem to fail in the CNFT space, and SpaceBudz is no exception. Don't let their cuteness fool you. These things are a force to be reckoned with. Like the old proverb goes, appearance can be deceiving. Now let's get into some stats and look at how SpaceBudz has been performing as of late. You guys know that I'm reviewing these projects. I'm diving into them, going over a number of articles associated with them, a number of information points, and then kind of compromising some notes to deliver to you so that you guys, if you're interested in CNFTs, have a better understanding of these projects as part of sort of building up awareness for NFTs upon Cardano. So let's take a look. They've done very well in terms of volume. They are second only to Pavia, I believe. They were first not that long ago, but Pavia, of course, is first in terms of volume. But that's really down to the fact that there are a lot more minted pieces that you can actually trade, so the volume naturally would be higher. These guys have done very, very well as of late in terms of a floor price. You can see the floor price here is, I will move my head slightly, 6,400 Cardano floor price. They absolutely shot up over the past little while. Now this potentially could have something to do with DAO starting to form on top of Cardano and certainly tackling the CNFT space, choosing these guys as a blue chip to hold within their portfolio within the DAO. It's a very, very interesting project, and some of that will become apparent as we go on. So they're very expensive, but are they, expensive is perhaps the wrong word to use. They are a more expensive CNFT, but they've been here for a long time and have really got long standing within the CNFT and Cardano community. So let's talk about where it all began. And it started with Alessandro. I hope I'm saying his name right. This guy is very, very impressive. I'm not even following him, so I'll go and give him a follow straight away. I'm really enjoying looking into these CNFT projects because I'm learning so much, not just about the CNFTs, but about the Cardano community and some of the sort of people that have played a real standing role within it. So where it all began, in March 2021, a computer science student named Alessandro Berry from Munich took to Twitter to announce the release of SpaceBudz. And I've got the tweet here, ladies and gentlemen. Brought into the space from a dream of simulating the smart contract process and improving it, SpaceBudz was born. SpaceBudz was above all, and in the own words from its creator, a platform with an automated system and new metadata standard to take advantage of the powerful technology in real time. The challenge since beginning was how to run it on Cardano, still without an automated decentralized system capable to simulate the way smart contracts work on the pipeline. But this was only the beginning for Alessandro, and inevitably he would go on to shape and revolutionize the CNFT space. He did indeed do that. You will remember, this is the chart for Cardano, we only got smart contracts in September, ladies and gentlemen. He launched back here, and you can see this tweet. Very impressive. Alessandro essentially also founded Berry. This is the official tweet from, you can see down here, the 25th of March. I'm thrilled to announce my first NFT platform on Cardano. After months of working, I'm finally able to release SpaceBudz. He's also he's a co-founder of SpaceBudz. He's the creator of Nami Wallet. He also has a stake pool, which is the Berry stake pool. Very impressive individual, if I do say so myself. He's got an interview out there with Charles Hoskinson that is well worth a watch. Very interesting. When SpaceBudz finally emerged, there were a lot of people in the Cardano ecosystem already with their ears to the ground. Some were excited and some were skeptical. Despite those few who threw caution to the wind and participated in the first minting phase would go on to own a SpaceBudz collection, and ultimately turned into some of the biggest players in the Cardano NFT ecosystem. Traders and NFT collectors from Ethereum would watch on quietly, aware that this minting was nothing short of historical. It was indeed historical. And they were right. In the coming months, the entire space would follow SpaceBudz closely and inevitably watch history in the making unfold. So it's extremely impressive that Alexandra actually did this again when smart contracts hadn't even launched, and a lot of NFTs came out after. It's kind of similar in some senses to CryptoPunks, in the sense that, you know, it's one of the first, and these are a real blue chip. You know, they have real standing, and it's a very impressive project. I love looking into these, and I hope you guys enjoy these videos, because it's certainly been a blast looking into them, although there's just so much to cover. So what I will do is, even though I'm going to be covering these a project every day, we did Clay Nation yesterday and we're doing SpaceBudz today, I will do updated versions and keep you guys up to date in the CNFT space. I think CNFTs could be huge, and I don't think they've seen any kind of real appreciation yet, given just how small of a space it still is and relatively unheard of, certainly in comparison with Ethereum. And if we take Ethereum's roadmap as an example of how they gained adoption and sort of the price went for them, you know, early investors within the CNFT space could be rewarded. And certainly the early investors that took part with SpaceBudz, one SpaceBudz is now worth, as a floor price, if you've got just a basic generic one, and not that none of them are really generic, they're all very unique in a number of different ways. You know, you've got 6,400 Cardano. The next thing that we're going to go on to is the history of the little pink dinosaur, the story of the little pink dinosaur, which is extremely interesting. This sold for a lot at the time. Today they are going for a lot more, or I certainly believe that some are going for considerably more, but it is extremely interesting. So let's move on to the history of the pink dinosaur, which is a little bit of interesting trivia for you guys out there, and I'm going to read from my notes. You guys are wondering what I'm reading from. I have notes that I can prize after looking into these projects. Well, one of the most significant examples of SpaceBud's success and growth takes us back to March, the 27th of March 2021, when one lucky NFT enthusiast and their friend purchased the only pink dinosaur in the SpaceBudz platform and took to Twitter to give us the stats, which, to be honest, I'm sure leave many of my fellow NFT lovers just a little jealous. And you can see here, this is the tweet back on the 27th of March. Where are we? Greek Freak NFTs. I think that's right, by the way, guys. Greek Freak, you can see his handle is up here. Greek Freak NFTs then went on to point out, and if I say so myself, rub salt in the wounds and reveal that there are only 8 existing dinos within the entire collection, similar to the aliens in CryptoPunks, why I made that sort of analogy. This pair of friends had gone on to buy one of the single most rare NFTs, CNFTs, you can purchase for the sake of comparison. The only dino currently listed in the new marketplace CNFT.io is for the price range of 5 million ADA. So these are extremely rare, ladies and gentlemen, and they're going for big, big money. So there is a huge profit to be made in finding the right CNFT project. And like I say, at the moment, you've got a lot of DAOs that are stepping in and actually accumulating these CNFTs as blue chip CNFTs just because they see the value in them. So it is extremely interesting what's going on. Now, Alessandro, I hope I'm saying that right, by the way. He essentially, like I say, very interesting guy. He initially had the offer to launch SpaceBudz on Ethereum. We're going to get into that now. Ethereum and its shortcomings is what I've titled this. SpaceBudz, as we know and love, could have just as easily ended up being launched on Ethereum. Alessandro mentioned in an interview that he had received a proposal from a guy called Zig to create a new NFT project within Ethereum. Berry, which is just Alessandro's second name, I believe, being the smart cookie that he is, expressed some very valid concerns over creating something over that blockchain, like the gas fee issue and heavy platform. It was clear that Cardano was Berry's horse in this race, yet this raised some major questions. Why did Alessandro choose blockchain without smart contracts, no NFT collection at all, and with a small adoption still to develop collectibles? And the answer was simple. And the answer was as simple as this: why not? So he chose to build on Cardano when the infrastructure really wasn't there. Remember, we didn't get smart contracts till over here, and he launched over here. So it's very interesting. He's also gone on to found another number of other projects, such as Cardano Bits, which had a bit of a hiccupy start, but I'm going to leave that out. I have done a piece on that, but it's not really that relevant considering we are just covering SpaceBudz, but I have done extensive research into all of these projects. Alice discovered Cardano earlier and was operating as stake pool, which is a very stake pool. When the proposal by Zig took place, this would prove to be a major challenge for him. Instead of creating a collection in a popular blockchain such as Ethereum, he chose to innovate and to apply his knowledge into something unique. That's why when he shared this tweet about SpaceBudz, he referred to a platform and not a collectible. So many of you will be thinking, why on earth did I call it a platform and not an NFT? And this is the reason why, because it kind of worked in a slightly different way. SpaceBudz was a tech blockchain achievement above all. And that is exactly what we need to take into consideration when we talk about the first 10K collectibles on Cardano. So these were really one of the first guys. So it's a huge project. Alessandro, keep butchering his name there like I do with everything, like Milkamedia, even though it's Milkamedia. So yeah, when we talk about SpaceBudz, we talk about a thoughtful, crafted bundle of characters over a seriously solid rarity chart. The uniqueness factor is up there with all the strong contenders, which is an important issue when we're talking about the success of an NFT project. Several Cardano NFT collectibles which followed SpaceBudz failed to get this important feature because they tried to replicate products such as SpaceBudz without taking into account what an NFT really is about. It was never about gadgets or numbers or number of characters. It was about uniqueness, detail, and hidden factors. So we're going to leave that there, guys. I hope you enjoyed my update on SpaceBudz. Super interesting project, super interesting founding and team, and they got some really interesting things coming up in the future, which I will cover in a later video. But I thought I would just give you guys a kind of overall update, bring some awareness to this project, bring some awareness to the CNFT space and some of the opportunities like the Pink Dino that are there to be had. You know, there will be other opportunities like that, but SpaceBudz is a really unique project, and I can now see, being a member or a part, I own a lot of DAO tokens out there in the CNFT space, or really all the ones that there are to own, just why they've chosen SpaceBudz. So that's all I have for you guys. I'm going to live and leave you on that note. If you enjoyed the content, a like is always appreciated. So is a comment, and I look forward to seeing you all in the next YouTube video. Thank you very much for watching, guys.